start the recording. So we should waste a couple of minutes.
Wait, none of that was on the recording?
Already on it.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, and it was so good.
I mean, that's okay.
I mean, I have everything recorded.
Any of that where you're just killing squirrels is not... It's probably not
Look,
good.
I'm not killing the squirrels on purpose. It's not
I don't
me.
kill squirrels. Imric will kill squirrels very slowly.
Yes, Fan, you can major in business management or accounting.
High
Yes.
school TV VCR repair.
What's a VCR?
It's what kids
That's
today
right,
call a
what's a
VHS
TV?
player.
Yeah.
It is weird that everything since VCR, like a VCR was the thing that played VHS tapes,
Yeah.
but we don't have like some other letter for thing that plays DVDs. It's a DVD player. It's a Blu-ray player. It was an HD DVD player.
Yeah. Because they didn't record.
Yeah, so I can see where that...
Put your blame.
You know,
on
there were
VCR.
VHS players before they could record.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually before my time.
Before my time, too, but I know they existed.
We had a Betamax.
Of course you did. Thus explaining his love of Linux and Apple.
Well, we also had a
Betamax and an
VHS
HD
as
DVD
well.
player.
We had both.
And he had a Laserdisc player, and he had a Zune.
I never had a Zune or a Laserdisc player.
You should get a Laserdisc player. They're huge.
Yes, they are. And then I should get an original copy of A New Hope.
That's probably expensive now.
It probably is.
Anyway, shall we start the actual For Realsies and Serious episode then?
Guess we
Whoa,
could.
whoa. I didn't know this was going to be serious.
I was under the impression that this was for play.
That's cray-cray.
Ooh, you made it weird.
I made it weird?
No, Trish made it weird. She wants your cray.
I don't get that reference. Cluze apparently does, though.
Oh, thank you, Squee.
No problem. Got your back.
Ow.
It hurts to feel joy.
It does.
You should feel happier.
Kind of does.
Such a foreign emotion now.
You should convince some of your other friends to get Destiny too.
I don't have time to play, so how would it help?
I mean, you could play vicariously. Like,
I
I don't
mean-
play a lot of games. I just get Chewie to play them for me, and then he does.
All of us that have Battle.net accounts have a free Destiny 2 sitting there waiting for us.
Yeah,
You
but
should
we're not
play
going to get
Destiny
it.
too.
Yeah, I'm totally not even going to claim that.
That's
I'm
why I
just
said
gonna-
your other friends.
I'm just going to wait for it to go away.
I'm kind of hoping it does soon. I don't like it being there.
It's November something. It'll finally go away.
Okay, well, we have a clock then.
Yeah, sometime in the next few days, because I think it ended with a 10th.
Oh, well, that narrows it down.
Pretty sure.
At most a week.
I love our method of reckoning time.
I love the idea that we're relying on Blizzard to tell us when something ends.
It ended with a 10th.
Because they don't do that.
I wish that had been on the main show, because that's a good name.
All right, let's start for real now.
Sure.
Oh wait, we should do a pose of some sort. No, Bill has that's adorable.
Yeah, seems topical.
Cluze is just gonna sleep on his mic, and I will do this. All right, that'll work.
Okay.
All right,
oh,
here.
look at him there. Clues from the past look so peaceful. Oh, crap. He got up.
Now he's looking at you.
It's weirding me out, man.
You ended up in like the bad Lotus Eater machine.
Okay, I'm gonna start for real now.
Go for it.
Ow, jam! Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Monday Night Magic here on twitch.tv/themanapool, which is where you can watch live every week.
You can even
every
listen.
week? Every week. You
Pretty
can
often.
Even what? You can even what?
You can even listen.
You could. You don't have to watch. You could just listen.
Or you could watch and not listen, but that's just really weird.
That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I'm not listening. So, I'm Chewie. To my right, stuck in the middle with us, there is Squee.
Not listening.
And I like the way you put your fingers on the outside of your head.
Sorry, I could Lucio it if you want, but...
And over there on the other side of the screen is Cluze, who's...
I'm not watching. I can't see you, so you can't see me.
That is how it works.
See no evil, hear no evil thing.
So, hi there. This is Monday Night Magic number 631, as far as I can tell.
It is.
All right, then. And, yeah, there was a Pro Tour.
Indeed. Yeah.
So I guess we should talk about
Good night,
that.
everybody.
That's the show.
There was a Pro Tour. So, I didn't fix this freaking... Dang it.
Oh, you didn't fix the dang it?
I didn't fix the dang it. That's my bad.
Not even the
All
freaking
right.
thing.
No, I didn't fix any of the dang it. Hang on, let me fix the freaking dang it.
Okay,
No,
we're
don't
sorry for the technical difficulties. The dang it will be returned.
Don't show Twitch.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a
The
daggit.
download.
Why did that not work?
That's from the original Battlestar Galactica.
Or Angry Beavers, take your pick.
There we go. Okay, we got it
I
now.
don't know.
We're good.
Later.
Okay, so the Pro Tour happened, but before the Pro Tour happened, we had
Yes.
to do the Player of the Year race,
Yeah.
which
Did we succeed?
I mean we didn't. Not
Was
personally.
there a Player of the Year?
Yes, there is a
Okay,
Player of
then-
the Year. Yeah.
Then success.
And it's Luis Salvato. He beat Seth Manfield. They played a Hearthstone tournament.
Effectively.
Yeah, they played the Hearthstone, what's it called? Domination format, where each player had 4 different decks, and when a deck won, you couldn't play it anymore.
It's first to 4 victories.
Yeah, it was
You
best
have
of
to
7.
win with each of your decks.
Yes. Yeah. And apparently, Salvato just ran off with it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You currently rule Magic. All the Magic taxes go to you.
So, yeah, the entire match took less than 2 hours, which for a best of 7 is saying something.
Yeah.
And yeah, here we see a very happy Luis Salvato just going Super Saiyan.
Waiting to be photoshopped into amazing backdrops.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
Get
that's
on
the
that
kind of
internet.
thing where you want to Photoshop that onto, like, white combat tricks.
Wait, what?
Like, all of those combat tricks where they've got, like, "Grrrr," and it's, like, +2/+0 instant. Like, I think that's pretty easy to do there.
I don't know, you could put this on Giant Growth too pretty well.
Sorry.
You could with the appropriate background. Like, if you put some scale birds up in there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Get on this internet. This is gold.
This is right here at adequate resolution. I believe in you.
And it's broken clues already.
Like, there's sufficient contrast between the foreground and the background that this shouldn't be that hard to do. And when you do, also post one of them that doesn't actually have the background at all, so that everyone else can get on it too. We're gonna chroma key this.
I'm sorry. I got lost earlier when you started with the Player of the Year was decided by playing Hearthstone. I lost it at that point, and I haven't really recovered because all I pictured was, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Yeah, play
Yeah.
Reaper.
When they're playing against the Grim Reaper, and a bunch of different random games.
Yeah.
That's what I pictured as happening. That they tried to play Magic and it like ended in a draw or something, and they had to go on and try some other game. They did.
They have to play different Hasbro games every time, and then they ran out of those, and so they just settled on Hearthstone.
Yeah, that's what I pictured. And
They
now I'm back.
Salvato won by being the best player at Tiddlywinks.
Ooh. Look,
was
that's
thinking
hardcore
Tiddlywinks.
competitive. I was thinking that they both agreed not to play Monopoly, and so they had to settle for anything else. One of them somehow won at Play-Doh, but they were disqualified because it got stuck in the carpet. You know, the Hasbro life.
Just picture a really mean game of Settlers.
I mean, all of them are.
Yeah, I was
If
about
you
to say.
Settlers
You
more
mean
than 3 times, you know no one trades.
you mean a game of Settlers?
They would have played Risk, but they'd still be playing.
Huh. So yes, congrats to
Yes. A long story short.
Too Late. Congrats to Luis Salvato for taking that down. Also, while we're here, we might as well talk about the Rookie of the Year, who is Sam. I still don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm going to say Illenfelt and hope that that's not too wrong.
There you go.
This is a guy who came out of nowhere with, what is it, a Pro Tour Top 8 at his first appearance at Pro Tour Exelon. So, of course, he's going to be Rookie of the Year. But, yeah, good on him. I kind of forgot Rookie of the Year was a thing, because this year we didn't really hear much about it. I think because he locked it up with a Pro Tour Top 8.
I mean, yeah, that's the way to do it.
So, yeah. Good on it. And, okay, let's go talk about the actual Pro Tour, shall we?
Sure. Pro
All
Tour Guilds of Ravnica.
This is Daily MTG. That is not the
Pro
tab
Tour?
I wanted. Did you just robot something hard?
I mean,
He
you
may
roboted,
have,
so
yeah.
maybe I also did.
Okay, that was weird.
Me
Okay,
too.
so as we all know, Pro Tours are mixed format.
Yes.
So just because certain decks do well, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're the best, but it kind of does in this case.
It means they were the best at the Pro Tour and their mixed deck format.
Yeah. Mixed deck format. We'll just pretend he said that properly. So,
Did I not say that?
what you said? Mixed deck format. It's
You
more-
were supposed to pretend.
What? So, Andrew Ellenbogen won by beating Luis Scott Vargas in the finals. The downside of that means that they didn't have LSV in the booth, which is a damn shame. But hey,
I'm sure
check him
that-
out. He made it to the finals.
I'm sure that the $20,000 consolation prize may offset not being in the booth on that day.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
For him. But
I mean, we got a cool play out of him in this the semifinals, so that's something.
yeah, I heard there was a cool play, but can someone tell me what exactly happened? I was busy all weekend. I had
If you
family
go
in
to
town,
the top stories, you'll
Yeah.
actually
There's a 1-minute video clip of it.
there's a Twitch clip.
Okay, let's see here. Top stories, Pro Tour Guilds of Ravnica.
He
Alright.
essentially Jedi mind tricked.
Yeah, it was a pretty impressive bluff.
Yeah.
When you want to convince your opponent that you're going to do something, handing them the token that would be created by the thing they think you're going to do is a pretty good way to do it, considering that factors into their blocking decisions, and then they make mistakes and you win. And by mistakes, I just mean they make decisions based on that information.
Yeah.
Like, I would argue that it wasn't actually a mistake, it just happened to work out. You know, that's magic.
Yeah. I apparently closed the wrong tab earlier, so hang on a minute. Let's go to the top stories. And you know what? We'll just watch that. Is this one? All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Attack does he line up?
He is dead on the backswing if he doesn't have any blockers for the 2 knights.
So he's incentivized to leave something back anyway, right?
Well, Aurelia has vigilance and is a nice blocker. She's coming in.
Oh, the other
Tokens
two
are
tokens
coming
are.
in.
And here comes Adanto Vanguard. Now
So, yeah,
Jeremy's going to take a
LSV
moment to line up the perceived
reaches
block.
for the
Look at
token.
Luis, he's grabbed a vampire token
Oh,
from
man.
the pile.
That is the pen trick at its most elite form.
Even Jeremy grabbed it for him now and says, what happens if you make the token? Can Luis lure Jeremy Dezani into the full attack here and get him with Settle the Wreckage? And there it is, settle the wreckage from Luis Scott Vargas, and he wins 3 games to
That's
0
pretty good.
over Jeremy Desani to
Gripping
put
radio, right?
himself back
Do what?
into the Pro Tour
I guess they could
finals.
hear that. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
we
that
could.
makes way more sense.
And I
So-
had just watched it about 30 seconds ahead. So,
So there you go.
all right,
He-
nifty.
That was game 3.
Yeah.
But
You know, LSV is one of my favorite pros. So, I'm glad to see he did really well. I'm sad to see he didn't win, but at least it looks like it was a good finals.
looks like it, yeah. So, let's talk about top stories. Hang on. Here we go. Tournament
Let's talk
results.
about abuse of the word red-white.
Yeah.
Or the
The word red
descriptor-
white.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry, I didn't sleep much. The descriptor red-white. I call shenanigans.
As well you should, sir.
Excellent.
Because so Andrew Ellenbogen was running what is called red-white aggro. But in the main, so let's just run through this because this is what the vast majority of these decks look like. You have a Danto Vanguard,
W.
Snubhorn Sentry,
Still W.
a draft fodder that I never thought would be in a Pro Tour winning deck. But I guess that is pretty good for 1 mana. 3/3 for 1. I hear that's good.
Yeah.
Venerated Loxodon. Okay. Benalish Marshall.
I was just gonna say it the whole time. I'll just call out red when we get there. How about that?
Okay, fair enough. Benalish Marshall, Sky Marcher Aspirant, Dauntless Bodyguard, Healer's Hawk, Pride of Conquerors. If you remember, you're going to call it out when we hit red, right?
Yeah, I totally.
Okay. Conclave Tribunal, History of Benalia, Legion's Landing, and that's the main.
will. Yep.
As you can tell, this is a white weenie deck. Made extra possible by the Benalish Marshall, who is a 3/3 for 3 that has a Glorious Anthem attached. Seems good. So let's go to the white, where you have the other 2 Clifftop Retreat, because there's 2 in the main, you see. You've got Response Resurgence.
I'm sorry. Did you say let's go to the white? Because that's what you said. I think you mean let's go to the sideboard.
That is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that makes a lot more
I
sense.
thought you were making a joke, so I didn't want to call you out. but
So
no,
did I,
No,
but
nothing.
no, I'm
yeah,
just
the
dumb.
context was all off. No, it's
Okay,
fine.
fair
It's
enough.
fine. Response Resurgence. There, we finally have some red. Look at that.
Yeah, you cock your head to the side because they still haven't figured out how to code that, but yeah. You've got the Tecatli Honor Guard that was such a force in some of the later Star City events before the first GP. You
Yeah.
have a Johnny Adversary of Tyrants. You have Experimental Frenzy
Red,
Yeah, that's red.
and Banefire.
red.
So yeah, you've got 3, 4, 6 red cards total, all in the board.
Yeah.
So calling it red-white aggro is a little,
This is not the Boros I signed up for.
No.
That's a different deck.
Yeah. So let's go see what LSV was playing. Well, LSV was playing almost exactly the same deck.
Almost.
He had 2 fewer Conclave Tribunal. It looks like everything else is just the same with a few... Oh, he had a Johnny's Pride Mate. Instead of something... They're not in the same order, so I'm having a hard
No.
time...
The sad thing is, whatever system they're using to do this can probably sort alphabetically with a line of code that would fix this forever.
Yeah, but adding that line of code would then break something else.
Probably several more things.
It would probably break the ability of the system to only show you the most expensive version of the card if it exists.
I don't know.
Because I just
believe
love
in their
it when
ability
they
to
show me-
prioritize that.
I love it when they show me masterpieces of cards.
Yes. So yeah, LSV also has 2 Aurelia in the board.
Which is nice.
That is nice, with the Experimental Frenzy and the Banefire. And the 1 Settle the Wreckage. So that's That's first and second. Let's go to third place, where Taejin Hao is running a similar but not quite the same red-white aggro deck.
Yeah.
He's got Rustwing Falcon in here.
Got some reinforcements.
There is heroic reinforcements in the main.
Huh.
So look,
They're not timely, but they make up for it with gusto.
It's true. So there's some red-white aggro.
See, that's the kind of thing that you could take, the winning picture and Photoshop into heroic reinforcements. It's just all that those things look like are like, rah! Which, if you're not watching on video, sounded funny, but I promise it was great.
It was pretty good. Let's see, what else has he got as far as red? Banefire, the Experimental Frenzy, and a mountain. There's a mountain in his board.
Well, LSV had a mountain in his board as well.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Just in case.
Although it technically
there it is. Neat. But there you go. Very similar, just a few minor differences. Now, in fourth place, Jeremy Dazani is actually running Boros aggro.
Yep.
We'll be the judge of that.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's got...
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's got Sky Marcher, Aspirant, Hunted Witness, Adanto Vanguard, Goblin Instigator,
Red.
Boros Challenger,
Totally red.
Aurelia,
Also red.
and Heroic Reinforcements.
Yep, that's red.
Yeah, so this one... Apparently, the more red you play, the worse you do, is what we're coming up with here.
Whoa. I don't like this as a takeaway message.
I'm just... Look. That's correlation is causality, man. Totally is.
On the other hand, as long as you're running red, you qualify to be in the top 8.
He's also got Legion Warboss and Lava Coil going on here, in addition to the Experimental Frenzy and another Aurelia. So yeah, the deck is a little... I can't say a little more or less aggro. It's a little differently aggro with the Boros Challenger and the Instigator.
I think the presence of Aurelia implies that it's planning on going slightly longer, which is impressive because Aurelia is, awesomely costed in aggro and stuff, but by comparison to the other decks.
I mean, that's what I was thinking, but then I saw the Instigator and the Boros Challenger, and I went, well, maybe not.
Well, they're probably doing the play something on 1, play something on 2, play 2 things on 3, play 2 things on 4, or Aurelia on 4, depending on what your hand is. And then you're out of cards and hope.
We're all
Boros aggro.
Fair enough. So let's get out of the top 4. Wilson Mock is running Jeskai Control. What?
I do not approve.
Did he not get the
Cluze,
memo?
they let the blue in.
He must not have gotten the memo. So he's running Teferi, of course, and Crackling Drake as his only creature, and then just a ridiculous amount of things. Deafening Clarion, Cleansing Nova, your usual things you'd expect, Chemister's Insight, Essence Scatter, Expansion Explosion. I don't know, I keep hearing this weird feedback thing that apparently only I can hear, which means you guys can hear it.
No, I heard something that time.
Weird.
I still think it's the ghost you live with.
I mean,
I
that
don't
could
know.
be.
I am hearing an echo of you occasionally, like when you talk, which is really weird.
I don't know, man.
I think Cluze is also haunted.
Do you have your speakers on?
No. It's very strange.
Spooky.
So, okay, going back to this deck list. Expansion Explosion, Justice Strike, Revitalize, gain 3 life, draw a card for 1 and a white and instant speed. Look at all this draft fodder making the top 8 of a Pro Tour.
So, now that I'm thinking about it, looking at Justice Strike, is the implication here supposed to be that the angel had the demon punch itself in the face and is now just posing?
Yeah. Why are you hitting yourself?
Yeah, stop hitting yourself.
That's fair. The flaming sword is entirely just for, showing off. It has nothing to do with the actual Justice Strike.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay. They have Negate, Sinister Sabotage, Ionize, and Syncopate, and Search for Escanta. So it's your normal Jeskai Control deck, really.
Yeah.
It's just been a while, so I figured I'd read it off.
That's fair.
All right, if we go to whatever place this is, 6th place.
It's always 6 when you lose them.
I'll have to try to remember that. Mike, what?
Was it 6 this time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Michael
It
Burnett
was 6. Yeah. Okay. It is
Yeah.
always 6. Great.
is running the red-white aggro deck again, which is actually
Consistency.
mono red, mono white. It's white weenie. It's white weenie. He does have a Tajik, shiny soldier in his board.
And an experimental frenzy.
Yeah, which seems to be fairly normal.
All the rage.
In 7th, Casper Nielsen is running. Oh, look at this. Red-white aggro. Except this one actually is red-white. It's got Aurelia and heroic reinforcements in the main.
That checks out.
Whoa. Citywide bust.
It is officially Affinity.
Citywide bust. Wow. Okay. And then, rounding out the top 8, of course, we have Yuya Watanabe, who just refuses to play by the rules. He's running Is It Drakes?
Still red.
With the Electromancer, Enigma Drake, Arclight Phoenix, Crackling Drake, and then a bunch of silliness to maximize the use you get out of those. Maximize Velocity, Chart a Course, Lava Coil, Opt, Shock, Discovery Dispersal, Radical Idea. Just a lot of cheap cantrippy things to turn these things
I guess
on.
in this deck, it's really just Discovery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it can even consider the other half of the card.
Nah.
Neat.
But it's 1 and a blue to draw a card. So,
No, that's fair.
yeah. Surveil and draw a card, even. Ooh. So there you go. There's your top 8. Lot of diversity here. Wait, no, the other thing.
Domination by the... Well, I guess, like, Boros is the army, right? So this is like some kind of...
Coup?
It's like I keep trying to say things and they all turn into puns based on magic card names. I'm trying not to. Because I'm like, oh, it's like a coup or a martial art. No, all of these are cards.
Oh, it's a relentless assault. No, wait.
Oh, obviously it's a lava coil. Got there. Yes.
Got there. Cluze, could you get someone to generate an L1 test for him?
I've got friends. We can make this happen.
That
You
makes
can have
one
less
of
friends
us.
if you do.
Aw.
Actually, I'm not bothered by that because I don't qualify to be a judge.
They might be countable. I might have fewer friends.
All right, then. So, let's go look at what else was doing well. Now, there are 3 of these lists of deck lists that finished with a certain number of match points. But these are... the other 2 are really long, so we're just going to look at this first one, 27 to 30 match points. You guys can go check out the others. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, it says we have 2 players that finished 10-0, but they're not listed which ones are which.
Yeah.
And 2 finished with 27. Let's hope that these are in order, which means if they are, that means Guillaume Gauthier? Let's say Gauthier went 10-0 with Mono Blue Tempo, which is that, what do we call them, fish fairies?
Yeah. Flying fish.
It's because it's Merfolk's that plays sort of like the old fairies deck. So
Yeah.
and then another white weenie deck with heroic reinforcements by Magnus Lanto was 10-0. If these are in order, I have no idea. We also have 2 people that were 9-1. So in theory, that's Alejandro Olea Garcia, who's running Is It Drakes? And
It is.
Pascal Viren, who's running Is It Drakes? Huh.
Still is.
That's a confirmation.
Wow, one of which had Murmuring Mystic. That's really funny.
The Mirari Conjecture. Everyone's favorite Bourne movie.
So then we've... Let's see here. One person finished 8-1-1, and 18 finished 8-2. So again, if these are in order, that means Zach Allen. Wait, are these? These are alphabetical. So we have no idea.
We've
We
gone
know
off the
that these
rails.
people did very well with these decks.
Yes. So here we go. Here's 8-1-1 and our 8-2. We've got Jeskai Control, a mono red aggro, which is the Wizards Lightning deck.
Somehow they didn't get the memo.
Yeah, clearly not. Another mono red aggro. Let's see. Here is more red white, which is mostly white. Another Jeskai Control. Is it Drake's? Selesnya tokens.
They look green.
Yeah, who'd have thunk it?
You guys remember green?
I sort of do, kind of.
It's that dirt color.
Some more Selesnya tokens. Oh, here we go. Golgari midrange. The Golgari midrange deck was reportedly the most popular deck at the Pro Tour, but just did not have enough game against the White Weenies to make it to the top tables.
Hey, look, it's black.
Yeah, anyone remember
Golgari
that?
had a terrible day, even though these decks did amazing.
Used to be my
Bronto
favorite.
Dave.
Good old Bronto Dave. He's the man. Let's see. Mono red. Oh, here's more Golgari. Jeskai, Golgari. More red white. This one has more red. Here's another red white with less red. Okay.
Red to taste.
Is it Drake's, Golgari midrange, Jeskai Control, mono red? So yeah, standard started wide open, and now apparently there are 5 decks, which sounds about right. 6?
5 colors, 5 decks. It checks out. It's a cycle.
6? No, I think there's 6. Cluze is allergic to one of them.
Sorry.
It's
I
the
think it was
blue
all,
one.
It was all the blue. Sorry. I would have just muted, but half the time when I do that in Discord, it drops me from the calls. So sorry.
He's not wrong.
It is a weird thing that happens.
So there you go. There's your top deck lists in the constructed portion.
Yeah.
And again, there are 2 other lists of decks that did well, but they're very long, and there's really no need to go over them. But
Those will be left as an exercise for the listener.
Yeah, we've got the 21 to 23 match point deck list and 18 to 20. Is there one missing? 21 to 23 and then 27 to 30?
Weren't the 24 and 25 in the 27 to 30 list? Didn't we just talk about those?
Oh, were they?
I think they were in that same page.
Oh, okay.
It's bad labeling.
Okay. Good. Everything's fine.
It's extended.
Stop that.
They did.
It's not wrong.
That was pretty
Not
good.
wrong.
You're welcome.
Okay, so if we go into the top stories, let's see. We've got Salvato. We've got some human interest. We've got White Weenie coming back. We've got Kai Buddha was back playing in the Pro Tour. And then we've got the LSV stuff and Ellen Bogan, and there we go. That's the top stories. Okay. Go get them.
Yeah.
So is that... Whoop. Is that everything from the Pro Tour?
I think so.
Well, it's everything that was included.
I guess we do have this. Where we couldn't find a primary source for this, but this caused a kerfuffle over the weekend, and we figure a tweet from Brian Kibler is close enough.
I mean, he has his own Google. That has to count for something.
Right? So yeah, WotC is no longer making the Platinum Pro Player cards, which... No, they didn't stop back in the day. They just stopped putting the Pro Player cards in boosters.
Huh.
They were given to the players at the Pro Tour. And also, they're selling the Pro Tour shirts rather than giving them away. But like I said, we couldn't find a primary source for this, so sorry about that.
Yeah.
So
All we really know is that someday They will tell us something.
Possibly.
Stuff what used to be free no longer is.
Yeah. So there are a couple of ways to look at this. Cluze had one.
I did. Yeah. So on the one hand, these things they're tiny things, right? They're not all that expensive. They're not all that necessarily directly impactful to the people they're given to, but they are essentially marketing or advertising. They impact other players who see them. They impact the game as a whole, right? So somebody in a comment, I think it might have been in this Twitter thread, it might also have been on Reddit that I saw it, that things like these Platinum Pro player cards, this was kind of a neat thing that if you played against a pro, they might give you one. And it's like, oh, hey, I played against this guy once and it was, meaningful and, stuck with you. And now that's just gone. So can you put a price tag on that? Apparently the answer is yes. Someone somewhere could. And the price tag was too much. And so they're not doing that. I think it's a shame. That's what I'm gonna say.
So yeah, that's one side. The way I came at it was from the other direction, is that people have been complaining about prize payouts at events being lower than what they think they should be, or lower than other esport type things. But then when Wizards goes to like make some cuts directly affecting these events for things that aren't, let's say, entirely necessary, people get upset.
Right, but do you honestly think that these cuts are going to result in higher payouts? I mean, for instance, when the airlines started charging us for carry-on bags, they started to give us more extra space on the plane too, right?
I don't fly.
Yeah, well, the answer was no.
Oh,
No, they
okay.
didn't.
I mean, in fairness, a lot of the time when people start charging you for something, it's not because they're going to give you something else. It's that they're not increasing the cost in other areas. Someone's still doing the math on it somewhere. And in the case of airlines charging for carry-on, yeah, it sucks, but the people who have more carry-on are fitting the bill for that. So not quite the same as upping ticket price for everyone.
Sure.
In the case of this one, it's something that's impacting a small portion of the player base. And it's unfortunate from a minor PR standpoint, but
yeah,
it's not exactly, and now we're going to put a basic land in your booster pack. Never upset ever.
Huh. I wonder how much money they would save if they didn't put a basic land in booster packs.
I don't know. Hey, Chewie, you remember top 8 pins?
Excuse me. No.
They were gone before either of us made the top 8. But they were a thing once upon a time.
They were. I saw lots of people who had playmats with top 8 pins stuck to them.
Wait, there were PTQ top 8 pins?
Yeah.
Oh. That seems like a horrible waste of money.
It was. And then they got rid of them.
And people complained.
Yeah.
But that's what people, especially Magic players, do. So,
I mean, it's a change. It's something that I don't like. I think that as often as they shuffle around prize payouts and expectations and costs for these events, this is something that they can take away that, makes a small portion of people who are already doing very well and invested in this a little sad. And that can feel bad, but it's impacting a small number of people that are already super committed. So if you're going to be taking something from someone, they're probably the safest group to hit, even if they will complain on Twitter. The question is, as Cluze is saying, is something else going to come out of this, or is this simply we were going to be changing the price somewhere, this is what we chose to cut? And that remains to be seen.
true. We don't know.
They don't tell us.
Because they don't tell us.
They might announce that they're going to tell us someday.
This could
you'd have
also
to announce that announcement first.
This could just also be that Hasbro's quarterlies were down because of Toys R Us being run into the ground, and every penny matters.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there is a non-zero chance. I do want to stress we don't often actually see what goes on behind the curtain. All we have is rampant speculation, just like everybody else on the internet. And there is a chance that behind the scenes they're like, well, we could lay off these 3 people, or we could stop printing pro player cards. I'm not saying that that's what happened, but I mean, we don't know what the calculus was that went into this. It's sad that it's changed. It's sad that it's gone. I don't think there's necessarily going to be a net benefit in prize payouts. I'm skeptical is what I'll say about that.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who knows?
Not me, that's for sure.
That's
The
weird.
Shadow knows. But he's not talking.
Yeah, the Shadow might know.
Should I look at the camera when I talk? Because I tend to just look around because I don't normally really think about the camera.
I mean, I don't think it matters.
Okay.
I tend to look at you guys when I talk, so.
I'm perpetually looking under the camera because that's where the screen is, so I have that constant disconnected look.
That is not where my screen is.
I'm just going to stare deeply into the soul of whoever's watching right now.
Ah!
Ooh, that's me. So that's one thing, but yes, Cluze tried to make a segue, but I had another thing to say, so my
I
bad.
did. I tried my best. I
Yeah.
set it up and you failed to spike it.
Yeah, that was my bad.
It's all good.
But yes, so on November 9th, which was what, Friday?
Yes.
Yeah.
This article appeared on the mothership. Major competitive Magic gaming.
Hold it. Article? Really? You're going to call
It's
this
listed
an
under
article?
articles.
It is.
Okay.
It is listed as an article, and article is the category it's in.
All right.
In the URL.
Fine. Fine.
It's even listed as news.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, let me read the title. Major competitive Magic gaming announcement December 6th. That is the title. That takes up almost the same amount of real estate as the actual article.
It's true.
And
I like
this
the meta.
this is an announcement to announce that there will be an announcement soon at the Game Awards. I don't even know what the Game Awards are.
Apparently, you'll get answers there.
Okay, couple of things. First one, announcements will continue until morale improves. Second thing,
Well, he's laughing, so now you can carry on with your announcement.
they have been doing this for a while now, right? Where they announce that they're going to announce something.
Yes.
Yes.
Do people like that?
No.
And I mean that as a sincere question.
I
mean,
speak for people. No.
I don't care for it personally, but it's possible that their research has shown or feedback has shown that people actually like to know, oh, there's totally an announcement. We're not going to tell you it now, but we're going to tell you that we're going to tell you a thing later. Do people like that?
I mean, it's
You
been
like
working.
Teasers for the trailer for the movie?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's been working for Hollywood for years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least a teaser usually contains
Something.
something?
Yeah. See also the Toy Story 4 teaser that came out.
Even if it's just
recently.
a John Williams score and like the title.
You don't hear a John Williams score every time you read something posted by Blake? Is that
I-
just me?
Don't. I can try that.
So anyway, let me just read this
it's
middle
a very-
paragraph to you. All fall, we've been offering small glimpses into the future of competitive Magic gaming, and those are links to the let's see, schedules, Pro Tour, qualifying, and Magic Fest, and then the 6 Pro Tours, which hey, we'll get back to in just a second. And we know you have questions. On December 6th at the Game Awards and on this website, you will get answers.
You know what my favorite part of that is, Chewie?
What?
It's not a link to the Game Awards.
I don't know. Hang on. What
Yeah,
is
I'm
They
looking
have
up
a
the Game
website.
Awards right now. Yeah.
the Game Awards?
The Game Awards. It will air live from Los Angeles on Thursday, December the 6th, 2018.
Like
We'll
typically
celebrate
when
the
you do a
best
teaser,
games and esports of 2018.
Their website sucks.
well, yeah, I mean it's an event website. They always suck.
News.
Hey, I could
Their
share
job
this
is to hide the
page and
information.
earn a badge. I'm not gonna, but I could.
Oh, it's gonna be live on 40 video platforms.
There are 40 video platforms.
Yes. They all
think-
want your subscription fee every month.
I think like Mom's living room counts as like 3 of those.
I was gonna say name 6.
A
actually
record-setting
want to?
40 Hang on, let me. Boom. A record-setting 40 global video networks, including expanded distribution in China. Is there a list? Okay, here we go. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Mixer, Steam. Oh, Steam TV. Oh. PlayStation Live Events Viewer, Xbox Live, IGN. That doesn't count. GameSpot. That doesn't count. MLG. That doesn't count. Caffeine.tv, and more to be announced.
Oh, and then there's a bunch of international feeds that I'd never heard of. Okay, so I don't know what most of these are because I only live in the United States. Okay, I get it. I get it.
I also only live in the United States.
Hey, that's interesting.
I'm not commenting.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Is it
9,
gonna be on
10,
Crunchyroll?
11, 12, 13. There are 14
Only for
in
subscribers.
China, dude. 14. That's insane.
All right.
It's a big country with multiple languages that are all called Chinese by everyone else.
I mean, a really big country. So, yeah. All right.
So there you go.
I take it back. There are many streaming platforms, apparently.
Video platforms.
Excuse me.
Like
Video
Twitter.
Platforms.
Yeah, like Twitter.
Like Twitter.
And IGN, which is
Oh,
just
boy.
YouTube.
And GameSpot? Is GameSpot
Yeah, that's also
actually,
just YouTube.
Okay.
So this is held annually in December. I have to say, I don't think I've ever heard of
Well,
the Game Awards.
let's check the history. They go all the way back to 2014.
That might have something to do with it. Okay.
It's also because they picked the most generic name ever that will not stand out. And when someone says, "Oh yeah, I'm watching the Game Awards," we're like, "Really? Okay."
Oh,
And
yeah,
you don't
which
even question
one?
it.
I won a Game Award. Really? Did you just make that up?
Apparently
That's like
they're-
the award that you get when a small child writes it on a paper plate with glitter glue. You're
Okay.
Like, I got a Game Award.
In 2014, their viewership was 1.9 million. That is self-reported. In 2015, it was 2.3 million. 2016, 3.8 million. 2017, 11.5 million. So this year, it will be literally all human beings on Earth. In fact, if you watch on more than one platform, I think you count twice.
Well, I better count twice because I'm twice as important as that other guy.
Wait a minute. Was Twitch not listed?
Can I get this on Packet? That's a ham joke. Nobody? Okay, never mind.
I'm looking down at the follow the Game Awards thing in the footer, and I like how Snapchat's on the list.
Wow, Twitch is not on this list. What?
Hey, I
They
can
have a
follow them
Twitch
on
channel. I'm
Discord.
sure it's going to be there.
Content creators on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook will also be able to co-stream the show and share it with their audience in real time. So yeah, it's going to be on Twitch.
Yeah, it'll be there.
It's just not listed on the thing here. Co-stream the show. I wonder if they just mean host the channel.
I'm sure that's exactly what that means. Trying to, make it sound important and stuff.
Okay, so anyway, this announcement of an announcement does one thing. It pushes...
It makes us talk about it.
No, that too, but it pushes some percentage of the people who care about Magic to go watch the Game Awards that they might not have.
All right, fair.
It's also their way of saying, stop complaining for 3 weeks, and then you can complain.
But the fact that the Game Awards seems to be a video game thing, I think Gothic in the chat, way up higher in the chat, said an MTGA, meaning Magic Arena, Pro Tour. Do you think there's going to be some sort of competitive arena thing that they're announcing? Let's go wild on the baseless speculation.
All right. I think
No.
long term it's inevitable. The
Well,
question
yeah.
is it now is really the question. And until they can get those cards to actually tap, I'm gonna go no.
They don't have to tap in a digital game, Cluze.
Okay, but what if they did? Because see, they could, right? That's totally, they have that
I think
ability.
Cluze will be happy when they give him an option in the settings
They could
to make it tap just for you so that he can see it.
That would be fine, perfectly.
But then he won't
fine.
get to play it because it'll be on Windows.
I was gonna say I would be happy if they would put it on a platform that's not Windows.
Well, at the moment, it's on literally one platform, so...
Yeah.
You can get it on your Nokia Engage.
Can I?
No.
How about the was it the oh god, what was the other one? I want to say the Sidekick. Was that a
The Sidekick is also not going to support it.
okay?
It's such a weird thing.
Can I use it on my Palm Pilot?
That is between
Because
you
I hear
and
that's
the Lord
coming
above.
back. I hear that there's a new Palm Pilot, and that no one likes it.
I mean, that sounds like the old Palm Pilot.
Oh,
Okay, enough talking about ancient technology.
BlackBerry. Okay, we're good.
Damn it.
Engage.
Pocket Station.
Oh,
Okay.
what about my Sony PSP?
Dreamcast VMU. Gothic beat you to it. He said that in chat a few minutes ago.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
I still like the Sony, the Dreamcast VMU. We should totally put it on there.
Sega CD. Atari
So
Lynx.
the Lynx.
The
Had a-
Phantom.
The Lynx had a battery life of like 35 seconds.
I'm pretty sure the battery life was the amount of time it took you to change the battery.
Until I can watch it with the Game Boy camera, I'm not interested. Or the
Jam a
printer that
Virtual
they had
Boy
for
in your
that. the-
face.
Oh God, no! I don't want epilepsy.
Okay.
Hey, Jay Spencer, don't knock the Commodore 64, buddy.
Okay, we are sufficiently tangent to carry on. Chewie.
Yeah, okay. So there's one more, right? Oh no, there are two more pieces of news.
What about the news?
Three more pieces of news. I didn't open these ahead
Hold
of
it.
time.
We're gonna announce that there are 3 more pieces of news coming.
Look, hang on.
Hey, Jay Spencer, I'm just gonna go into the chat. Hold on, I'll stop doing this on air. I'll talk to the chat. You
All
carry on.
right, how we doing?
Wait, pause. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Okay, fine. So, we have this, which should look familiar to people. The 2019 to feature 6 Pro Tours, right? You remember this?
Yeah.
From
4,
September
5,
6th.
6.
Do what?
Those were the days.
Yes.
I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I couldn't do the rest of the song. Because
Sure.
Because there's only 6, yeah. So if you scroll down to the actual list of them, and thank you to Judge and Phineas for telling me this. You see this editor's note right here? We originally announced the 6th Pro Tour of the year as Brisbane, Australia. It was updated on 11/8 to Sydney, Australia. So this... It
At
moved...
the other end of a dangerous road.
Yeah, it moved, what did I say earlier? 10 hours away?
Yeah.
Luckily, it's still
bear-infested land.
it's still way, 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 way far in the future. Like, this is December next year.
Yeah.
So that's
Fine.
fine.
You can start
But-
the perilous journey now.
The other thing Phineas pointed out was he said he didn't know if that meant that the associated Magic Fest was also moved. But since they haven't announced the second half of next year yet, I'm pretty sure that means it did.
Yeah. Can't imagine they wouldn't. Especially since Pro Tours are at these now.
Yeah. But that's good to know, because that's a major change. Luckily, like I said, it's still 13 months away. So, unlike some Channel Fireball events changes, we've got plenty of time to plan for it.
Yeah.
Not we as in us, but we as in the
If you're looking to
community.
bring a newborn there, there's still time.
That's weird.
It is weird.
Okay, as long as we're in agreement that it's weird. Okay, so another thing is there's some stuff going on with Ultimate Masters that we should probably talk about.
Some
Yeah.
shenanigans.
Some shenanigans, yeah. So let's start with the box topper.
The ultimate box topper.
Sorry, the ultimate box topper.
At Pizza Hut.
Which is not on top of the box. It is inside of the box.
But it's on top of the stuff in the box.
I know, but language means things.
It apparently not.
No, language used to mean things.
There you go. That's better.
Damn it.
Once we lost literally, there was no going back, man.
Oh,
We literally lost it.
anyway, so the ultimate box topper. A video came out. On.
All right, how we doing today, guys?
Pause. Shut up. Let's see here. Where's the date on this? November 6th. So last week.
Yep.
That. Well, that's glorious.
Popped up on Tuesday because we saw it right after we put out this episode.
Yeah. But yeah, if you have a flashlight, you can actually see through it to see what you're getting.
Well, but who has a flashlight? I mean, come on.
Wait, hang on. Hang on. You see this right here? For
No,
everyone
I'm
that's
on
not
that
watching,
desktop.
this is my phone. If I do this and then this, I now have a flashlight.
What?
I took
How could that
literally
be?
2 pokes with my finger and I have a flashlight.
Oh, I can do better than that. I just have to shake mine and it turns on.
That seems
I played Last of Us.
That seems
it's
weird for
some amazing technology.
that.
I
Also,
have an actual flashlight.
Charmander.
He has an actual flashlight. Show off.
Now I'm a ghost! Woo! That was fun.
I have
So what we're saying is, the three of us have flashlights. You should not buy
Yeah, don't buy
these things
ultimate.
from us.
Yeah, don't buy
We
this
have
one.
magic.
wait, I have
So the
I
point
have
is,
my token artist, my lock screen. See, look at that. Wow.
should you it turned off? Should you attempt to purchase on the secondary market an ultimate box topper and think to yourself, "Hey, I am totally going to have a random chance to get an awesome card"? Probably not.
Probably
You're-
not. In other words, definitely not.
Yeah, statistically speaking, not as such.
Because once these things come out and the market settles, then people can open the ones they know are worth more and sell those, and then sell the sealed ones for the gambling price that's more
Yeah.
than the bad worse cards that are in it are worth. And you as the buyer would be the sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like buying repack packs. There could be
Yeah.
a rare. There could be a Black Lotus in this package. There
Yeah.
won't be, but there could be.
There could be.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, they did put a Black Lotus in one of the repacks, but then they took that one and they put
And
it
they
on
kept
a
it.
shelf. And they
And
did.
then they bought it from themselves and said, "Someone bought this."
Oh my god!
They put it somewhere safe where top men are keeping track of it.
Wait, who's keeping track of it?
Top men.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah,
But-
we just thought you should know that. Don't
Yes.
buy those individually.
do not buy sealed Ultimate Box Toppers from anyone ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
The more you know.
Shooting Star.
Do.
Now, the other thing with Ultimate Masters, I want to play a clip from the Ultimate Masters announcement stream. Can I do that real quick?
Oh?
Oh. Okay, so let's see. I just need to open. I need to pause.
This
Pause.
time around.
Pause. There we go. Okay. Let's listen to what Blake and I never paid attention to who this guy was, but these two guys have to say.
About a
Very
sealed
special.
box of Ultimate
Yes.
Masters.
So you can only get a sealed box of Ultimate Masters from a local game store.
Sure.
Okay, did you hear that? I know you guys didn't before you answer. Let's do it. Let's do it one
And
more
a little
time.
special this time around about a
Very
sealed
special.
box of Ultimate
Yes.
Masters.
So you can only get a sealed box of Ultimate Masters from a local game store.
Sure.
Okay? You can only get a sealed box of Ultimate Masters from a local game store. He goes on to say this.
So these are not going to be sold at big box stores or anything
The boxes
like that.
are only going to be available.
The boxes are only going to be available at your local game store. And
Okay. He said it again. The boxes are only available at your local game store. Now, since language means things,
It used to.
well, okay, when they made this announcement, I was operating under the assumption that language still meant things.
A bold assumption in 2018.
True. But local game store, to me, says that you have to go to the place and get your stuff. Like, well, okay, Lucky's closed, but let's say House of Cards in Winston-Salem.
That certainly would be the spirit of this announcement, right?
Yeah, that would mean that I'd have to go to House of Cards and be like, hey, I want to pre-order a box. And they'll be like, give us money. And I give them money. And then when it comes out, I go get it. And they hand it to me across the counter. That's what local game store means to me. And I think to my co-hosts as well.
In fact, I would suggest that that's what the local part of local game store means.
Yes. But in the meantime, we have seen announcements from all of the big online retailers of Magic that they have pre-orders for Ultimate Masters for well below MSRP, might I add.
Yeah.
I think the running amount is about $280, which is $55 less than MSRP.
Yeah.
Now, at least based on some things that I saw on the Twitters when I saw the first okay, I'm gonna name names. Can I name names?
As long as they're not my name.
Great. So when Chewie first announced that he was selling these online, the first announcement that I saw of someone selling it online was Cool Stuff Inc. And there were a bunch of questions that were then fired at Evan about that, and it's possible that the local part, they can only ship to the US for this. So if you're in Europe and you want to order it from Cool Stuff Inc., you cannot. WotC literally will not let them do that.
Correct.
So by local, we mean within your country? ?
Provided you're in these countries.
Right. And it might have been US and Canada, now that I think about it. Might have been. I don't quote me on that, because I'm not in the market to buy these anyway, so I didn't really pay that much attention. But still, it was weird.
But yeah, when you say this super expensive, super premium product is only going to be available at local game stores, to me and others, that sounds like this is a thing. We know it's super expensive, but it's going to benefit game stores, not massive online retailers.
You know what happens when you assume, Chewie?
Yeah, you're an asshole, apparently.
You jump to conclusions.
When I pointed this out on the internet, I was like, well, Cool Stuff Inc. has brick and mortar stores. I'm like, that doesn't matter. So does Star City Games. Have you ever been to Star City Games? It's this tiny, the actual storefront is this tiny, crappy, like, unimpressive little building with this giant building behind it where all the warehouse and content creation and whatnot is. Mm. But the actual storefront is really disappointing. I walked in once and I went, okay.
And that's pretty typical for online-based retailers.
Yeah.
If most of your money comes from putting things in boxes and shipping them, then you need a lot of space for that.
True.
And the rest of it is, and also here's a place where you can go, and like in some cases F&M, in some cases, here's the storefront that's probably smaller than your local game store because all the energy is put in the shipping part.
Yeah. But, so, like, I'm not saying that people in Roanoke shouldn't be able to buy them from Star City Games. That would make sense, to have people in Roanoke buy them from Star City Games. But people in California buying them from Star City Games seems to defeat the purpose of their making a big point that they're only available in local game stores.
Yeah.
And now, it's possible that I was putting too much faith in WotC by thinking this, because I think we said last week when we talked about Ultimate Masters in the first place that these only being available in local game stores was awesome because they're so expensive.
For that brief window when we thought that was how it worked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Considering you can get packs of this in big box stores, you just can't get the boxes and by extension the premium box stopper. the idea that you could order one of these online for a lot less than getting it at your local game store for the full benefit of having the box stopper kind of sucks, because Magic players know how to buy stuff online. That's not new.
Yeah.
Like, it's really hard to justify spending an extra $60 to make your store feel better.
Yeah, $60 is not a small amount of money. It's not like this is a box of the latest standard legal set where the difference is what, $20, 30
Something in there. Like, I've been to a number of places where the local game store just sells everything at the pack MSRP, and so you're looking at straight up, $4.19 times 36 was the cost of a box. I've been to other stores that sell boxes for like $90, and that's just how much they sell boxes for. And it's, pretty much like buying it online, or like it'll be $100. If you bought it online, it would be 80. And like, that would be like, yeah, sure, $20 to help my store. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
If I can get it online for 80, or if I can get it in the store for like 140, that's a much harder sell. And this is that, just for something that's already more expensive.
Yeah. And that bothers me because they made such a big deal about it being local game store only. Now, if you wait, hang on, I switched back to the screen too soon. If you listen again, he clarifies.
Masters.
So you can only get a sealed box of Ultimate Masters from a local game store. Sure. So these are not going to be sold at big box stores or anything
The
like
boxes
that.
are only going
He said these won't be sold at big box stores or anything like that, meaning you won't be able to get them at Walmart, which up until right before the show, we didn't think you could get boxes of Magic from Walmart. It turns out you can.
Yeah, if you go to their website, they do that thing where third parties can sell through their storefront, which means that by extension, you go to a Walmart website, you can buy boxes of Magic product via third parties. You're unlikely to get them in the store itself, but by, ultimate result, you can buy them through Walmart. So maybe those won't appear, or maybe third parties will be able to sell them through there too, since this doesn't appear to have any actual, binding agreement that we've seen as to what you can do with this product once you bought it from a distributor.
Yeah, like OJM just said, I don't think that WotC has the capability to prevent a local game store with an online purchase shipping infrastructure from doing so. True. Well then, but why would they make that a big part of their announcement? Like, they said it like 4 times over the course of that announcement.
It's not that we expected them to magically be able to enforce it so much as making a selling point that you can't deliver on always looks bad. I mean, see reference all of politics ever. Like, it looks bad when you say you're going to do something that you can't do, and you probably know you can't do.
Does it? Because
No,
recent events-
don't go down that rabbit hole on the air. So, yeah, like, the fact that this is a thing doesn't bother me. The fact that Wizards made it a thing, and then it's the same as every other box of Magic.
Yeah, it's that get a feeling that they're helping out on the local game store level while they're announcing the, discontinuation of this thing that was always for local game stores. Well, here's the last one, and it's going to be big, and it's going to be huge, and it's going to be amazing, and then it's actually not exclusive to them, so other people can buy it. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as a box of standard legal stuff, except, 3 times the price.
Yeah.
Which doesn't actually help local game stores at all. So, yeah, that came to light, and it bothered me. So, I thought we would share with you guys. I don't know what purpose it served, other than, hey, there's nothing special about Ultimate Masters as far as how you can buy it. Nothing.
For the most part, we wanted to point it out because last week we said how we thought it worked, and that's apparently not how it works. So,
yeah.
In its own weird way, it's kind of like a retraction or follow-up.
Yeah.
Based on what we've seen.
So there you go. So one last bit of information here is, well, it's Magic Online stuff. So, hey, Squee.
Yeah, let's talk about the other
championship. You want to talk for a while?
I mean, I'll talk for a little while. I'm not going to read this whole thing to people, but yeah, they put out an article on the 12th, which is today.
What?
So they didn't wait till Tuesday for a change. Usually we get these things on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, but we got it today. I guess it was probably announced at the Pro Tour and I just missed it. But either way, the Magic Online Championship for 2019, the future year.
I don't think they announce things at Pro Tours anymore.
I didn't think so either, but like I don't normally get the stuff on a Monday unless it was announced over the weekend. So, at any rate, yeah. So, Magic Online's championships were generally done by this thing of there was the Magic Online Championship Series, the MOCS. It was a monthly thing that they would do each month of the year to get to 12 players. They would then all go to a real tournament that has actual, cool prize payout to everyone since they couldn't give them cash on the internet due to gambling laws. And that was the thing. And there'd be 12 of them. They'd play. They'd win. It'd be awesome. They're changing up how they do that a bit. So rather than putting people through the monthly championship series, which could vary in formats and all of that stuff, they're doing something a little differently. They're going to be doing MOCS preliminary events rather than monthlies because they're not going to be things that happen monthly. Going to be more than 12 of them. They're going to be roughly every 2 weeks. I'm sure that's going to vary a little bit based on releases, holidays, whatever they decide. Like they're not committing to every 2 weeks, but it's going to be roughly every 2 weeks. And I'm not going to read the point options. If you care about this, you'll come and look at it. But essentially, you're going to be keeping track of leaderboard points. Obviously, getting the most leaderboard points is good for you and ups your chances of getting where you want. Like, no, the main meat of what I want to talk about here that's actually pretty cool is that they're going to be doing things that they're calling format focus events, which already they have format challenge events, and there's a neat thing that you could do to try to qualify for, the Pro Tour. But format focus events are more interesting because you can play your favorite format all the way to the Pro Tour, so you're not forced to jump between multiple different ones based on the time of year and when the events are happening. So there's this, big chart that you can see on Chewie's screen there. Look at all that flow chart.
Yay!
Look at all that. Yeah, so if you're trying to make your way to the online championship, you can do it with Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Pauper, in addition to the normal competitive stuff that you would hope for. But those are the main ones. So Pauper, Modern, Legacy, and Vintage. They have their challenges.
You can get there through the challenges or through the competitive leagues.
Yeah. So if you want to play the big heavy duty challenges, you can. If you want to play in the leagues, which are generally more schedule friendly for people that have other stuff going on in their lives, then that's an option too. So you'll play these and you'll get to format playoffs for your appropriate format. Do well in those, you get to the championships. Do well in those, and ultimately you make your way up to the Magic Online Championship, which has 24 competitors instead of the 12 from the past, which is where that roughly every 2 weeks thing clicks in, because that'll take up roughly every 2 weeks of the year, minus 4 weeks throughout it, probably surrounding holidays and maybe set releases. So we'll see where that goes. But it's pretty neat because the Magic Online Championship can feed you into the Magic Pro Tour. Look at all these flowcharts. You see why they need them? So you go through all of those initial things with your leagues and your, other events to get the MOCS preliminary. Take that through the leaderboard, get the Magic Online Championship, through all this other stuff I just went over, and that can lead you ultimately to the Magic Pro Tour, the for real one. So
yeah, you also and this is all done via things called format points.
Yeah. So you get format.
Is a dumb name.
It is. I think they realized that they had so many points flying around that they just gave up, and therefore made more. Rather than coming up with a clever name.
Yeah, you can get into the MOCS preliminary. I don't understand this flowchart.
The bottom one?
Yeah, because it's got competitive draft leagues, intermediate draft leagues, competitive sealed leagues, cube single elimination draft queue, and competitive constructed leagues, all pointing at the MOCS prelims. I thought the prelims were just how you play.
The prelims are
Maybe
the
those cost. Oh, those cost the points. So you build up your points through those. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Because you have to pay points to get into a prelim. Now I got it. Okay.
Yeah, when you play these things, you get points specific to the format that you're playing in. So you don't just get to, stock up on cube and then go in for draft. You build up your points in a given one. You expend those points, the ability to, play in the prelims, and where you try to get, successful results that will ultimately lead to the rest of that big fancy flow chart we're just talking about. If you're just listening to this in podcast form and you're interested in this, I strongly recommend going to the show notes and looking at this.
Yeah.
Because I could not describe what's going on the screen very well.
I mean, we've done a pretty good job.
Yeah, like if you can't see it, like go look at it later.
Yeah.
They put together these flowcharts for a reason. It's because there are a bunch of different levels of challenges to playoffs, to championships, to other championships, to Pro Tour. So, yay. But ultimately, it is a crazy snake that does make sense. So,
that's the best kind of snake.
I mean, it's way better than that other snake. Make any sense.
Badger, 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 badger.
Yeah.
So there's one more thing in here. Well, two more things. There will be a competitive Pauper League alongside the Friendly Pauper League starting Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that's neat.
And that's sort of the lead into when you start getting format points out of Pauper.
Yep.
So if you want to Pauper your way to the Pro Tour, that's how you do it.
And then they're losing the 1v1 commander. What's the word here? Event support. You can still, it's sort of like they did with Brawl. You can still play 1v1 commander, but there won't be events for it.
Yeah. I mean, keep in mind that they had their own ban and restricted list for this, like separate from everything else.
Yeah.
And it was a kind of a pain to keep up with. And as we've noted from several people throughout all of Magic, throughout all of time, Commander was never really meant to be competitive. It was meant to be a fun thing. And putting prizes on the line always makes it awkward. You create meta games that were never meant to be, and it gets really hard to keep up with. And people just weren't as enthused with it, or all of the work that they had to do to keep it going. So you can still do it as much as you want, but you're not going to get event support after the release of Ravnica Alliance in January.
Can I put on a tinfoil hat real quick?
Sure.
Only if I can see it.
So if you look at this closing section here in this article, our goal with the changes is to focus on what Magic Online does best. Our biggest strength is that we offer faithful Magic play using nearly the full back catalog that Magic has to offer. So while we'll still be offering standard and current draft sets, you'll see us focus on the experiences you can only have on MTGO. More cubes, more flashbacks, more chaos draft, more other wacky formats, more competitive eternal formats. I think they are going to change the focus of Magic Online to look at all this old stuff that you can't do on Magic Arena.
I think that's very likely.
And
Agreed.
shifting the focus of Magic Arena to the now.
I thought you were putting on a tinfoil hat there.
No,
Well,
that sounds incredibly likely.
This
But
just
admittedly,
popped into
they're not
my head.
No, they are not saying that, but that kind of language is the kind of language you use when you're trying to ease into a transition that you think people might take as hard.
Yeah.
I mean, considering they started down the path of maybe we'll not redemption in conversations at various points in time, I wouldn't be surprised if the overall idea is that Magic Online is the past and that they will continue to support it as long as people want to do it. But in a world where they want to have esports and they want to have, visual competition, probably going to be more Arena. And Arena is not going to get the entire backlog of Magic the Gathering. It's going to be now going forward.
Yeah, people are like, when are they going to put Modern on Magic? No, I don't think they will. And I don't think they should.
No. If you want completely as authentic as you can get digital Magic, it's going to be Magic Online, and that's going to be what it serves.
Yeah.
if you want cool visuals and you want stuff that's, more polished and less clearly a paper card game, you're going to probably play Arena.
Yeah.
And they can both exist at the same time.
Yeah.
And if people stop pumping, boatloads of money into Magic Online like they, currently do, then they'll eventually stop doing Magic Online when it's no longer worth the money. Right now, the amount of money they pull in off of draft junkies, grossly out of scope with the likely cost of Magic Online, especially given the perceived amount of support that it has. So I think right now it's still a very cost-effective goose that they don't have to improve, because it's probably pulled in the majority of the people that are going to want it, and the other people that are going to want it aren't really there for the pretty visuals. They're there for the Magic experience. So that can continue to be the case as long as it works. But I would not expect a whole lot of Magic Online Twitch streaming once Arena takes off the way they hope it does.
At least not standard.
Yeah.
Okay, I was reading this final paragraph, and I'm like, that sounds So.
Yeah, the whole while we'll still be offering standard and current draft sets sounds like they're answering a thing that they were afraid we were going to ask.
Yeah.
You don't go, well, we're still going to give you a ride to work if you weren't, under the assumption that someone thought that you were going to leave them abandoned in a gas station. Like, you don't just say that unless you're trying to address a fear.
By the way, Cluze, sorry again about that.
Admittedly, he didn't want to go to work.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't.
I didn't. It's
but
okay,
I still
though.
should have not abandoned you at the gas station.
I mean, did you have to leave me in Georgia?
Look, you could have ended up in South Carolina. You're welcome.
I didn't know we were in Georgia. I got confused.
All you saw were peach trees, and you thought maybe you were in Gabney. I understand.
Oh, hey, Jay Spencer pointed out something. I wonder how much less limited and standard is actually being played on MTGO now compared to what it was before Arena. I would love to know that, but they're never, ever going to tell us.
I would like to know that compared to before, the heavy push of Hearthstone, Eternal, and all the other games that have come out over the last several years, because I can't imagine they're keeping the same market share they had before, just by virtue of there being competition that is prettier and more accessible to people.
And that's why they are no longer printing digital Pro Tour player tokens.
It all makes sense now.
It does, sort of, kind of.
Cluze, I want you to have a crazy wall the next time we tune in and see you on camera.
Oh, what now?
Like one of those ones with like bands and strings and whatever connecting like a ukulele to something.
Sure.
Just behind you.
If I have time, I'll do that between now and then.
Also, just so that everyone knows, if I ever get around to moving into a new home, I need to hide Cluze in this apartment for the future. Like one of those things where you hide something under the carpet for when someone does renovation later. Yeah, that's going to be me. I'm going to be the person who does weird stuff like that.
Would it be an ultimate box topper?
No, I can't afford those.
You can buy one online.
I can't afford to make that mistake. No, I kind of want to have like the crazy conspiracy wall just so that if I ever like die in a car crash or something, then people think there's a conspiracy and that's how you live on forever. Gotta think ahead.
All right, then. So that's our show, by the way.
Yeah, go us.
Awesome.
Yeah, we should wrap this up so Cluze can go to bed.
Yes.
So yeah, you can find me on Twitter at SqueeGoblinAbob. There's no I in Goblin because I think it found my flashlight and is trying to rip some people off on the internet. It's been running with a bad crowd. Just don't buy anything from the I in Goblin. Just don't. It's not a good idea. I would also like to thank you for voting, for the people that voted, because obviously a lot of people voted last week, and I appreciate that. I had something else, but I don't remember what it is now. So it's maybe a short thank you. I'll set up a hook for later. Chewie is doing something in the near future, and he should tell you about it when we get there. It's going to involve rogue and roguelike things. And that should be interesting. Yeah. Who knows? There could be backstabbing. That's all I can really think of right now. So,
God, I love the backstabbing.
yeah, I'll hand it over to Cluze.
All right, I'm glad that Chewie's got my back. No, actually, wait a minute. No, I'm not. I'm actually really concerned about that now. Hey, if you want to get a hold of me, your best bet is on the Twitters. I'm at Lacluyze, spelled just like it is in the show notes. Check out the show notes, something mana pool, and play a ukulele. That's what I'll say. Take it away, Chewie.
Not necessarily in the pool, though.
No, I mean, they do make, waterproof ukuleles. You can do that.
That is such a niche audience.
It is.
It's for you, isn't it, Cluze?
I do own one, yes.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
All right, then. Yes.
Oh, that's true. The Infiltrator reminded me of what I was going to say, actually. So, I would like to make an announcement that next Monday there will be Magic news, and if you tune in here, we will be telling you what it is.
Are we recording next Monday?
I have no idea.
No.
I haven't the faintest clue. Are we?
But I am making an announcement.
Oh no, it's the weekend before Thanksgiving. I mean, the week before Thanksgiving, or the week of Thanksgiving, but that still should be fine.
Presumably. What really matters is that in the future there will be something, and it will be announced then. So I'm announcing now that it might happen then.
Future events such as these may affect you in the future.
Right, so, hi, yeah. I'm Chewie.
Hi, Chewie.
It's back to the top of the show.
This weekend, on November 17th, I'm doing my annual charity live stream for Take This. Wait, I have this written down. Take This is an organization that provides gamers and, importantly, game developers with resources, guidelines, and training that help them support themselves and others in dealing with mental health challenges, thus reducing the stigma that mental illness still carries to this day in freaking 2018. So yes, for the last 2 years I've done a charity live stream benefiting Take This, and this year I'm doing the same. There's that weird echo thing again. It sounds like... No, because I can't hear that. It sounds like wind in a microphone right after I'm done talking.
Spooky.
It's really weird. But anyway, this year, Saturday, November 17th, starting at like 11 a.m. and going until ever. The plan is to do at least 12 hours, so going until, let's say, 11 p.m. at least. With a break for lunch in the middle somewhere. Dinner, not lunch.
Food.
A break for food in the middle somewhere. And Cluze left. And Cluze is back. Cluze?
Sad thing is, by the time he gets back,
he's muted, but his...
I don't know how to fix it.
I'm sorry. I tried to mute for another sneeze, and I fell off the call. I shouldn't have bothered. I'm so sorry. It's just you were on a roll talking about a thing. I didn't want to interrupt. I interrupted.
You ended up interrupting
worse.
It's
all my fault. I'm so sorry.
Okay, one more time. So every year I do a charity stream for Take This. This year is no different. This year my theme is roguelike. I have 30 roguelike games that are all installed on the computer and will be ready to go by then.
That is not a small number.
It is not a small number. And because I have so many, I've decided to make the stream itself roguelike. So the two principles of a roguelike game, by and large, are random level generation and character permadeath. So when your character dies, they die, you have to get a new character. Sort of like, really hardcore D&D.
Yeah.
So the stream will be the same way. I will have random level generation in that I will use a random number generator of some sort to determine which game to play next. And, real life has character permadeath, and I'm streaming in real life, so yeah. Thus, roguelike stream of roguelike games. for like 12 hours. I've got roguelike shooters, roguelike turn-based things, roguelike card games, roguelike. It's all a roguelike. Roguelike platformers. It's going to be great because I love roguelike games just in general. So, yes, come hang out. Give to a good cause. I've got games to give away to donators like I did last year. I've got ass loads of video games. And our goal this year is $1 more than we made last year, which is $1,553.03 because last year someone was a smartass. So our goal is $1,553.03 because it was $1,552.03 last year. Mm-hmm.
That's one louder.
It is, yeah. And if we do something crazy, like get an extra $1,000, so if we break $2,500, I'm gonna do something crazy like dye my hair blue or something.
Oh, really? What's that number again? We got to get to
2,500.
All right, just checking.
Why?
No reason.
Oh, okay. The donation page is not up yet because, well, I have a lot of crap to do before then, and that's since I want the donations to come in, during the stream. I haven't set that up yet, so my bad. But there you go. So that's the plan. And I hope you all come hang out, give to a good cause, have some fun, get some free swag. The games that I have to give away are on PC, so sorry if that's not your bag.
I'm sorry, Chewie. Can you remind us again when the stream starts?
Saturday, November 17th, around 11 a.m. ish.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time, because we're no longer on that daylight saving crap.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
So that's the big news. I should have made that announcement at the top of the show, but I was so excited to talk to these guys that I forgot. So, that'll be on twitch.tv/themanapool. Come hang out. Why am I going to suffer? I don't want to know. So,
don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not playing more World of Warcraft ever. That was the first year. I didn't have a big goal for last year. So, yeah, this year, if we can crack a 2,500, then yeah. I've already talked about colors. If I do end up dyeing my hair, it's going to be blue. Yeah, because it'll bring out my eyes. I actually have lovely blue eyes, apparently.
He does. I can attest to this. I've seen.
Wouldn't that make you is it?
No, it'll make me Jeskai because I have white eyebrows.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be blue, then. White, red. You see.
And if anyone asks it, just tell them that you are patriotic or French.
Ha ha ha. Anyway, so if you want to see more of what I do, then go to twitch.tv/themanapool, where I do all the live streaming, including the charity live stream. youtube.com/themanapool is where... Let's see, what have I been doing on Twitch lately? Playing the Messenger, which is brilliant. I played some more XCOM with the Twitch chat army.
I got special eyes.
Yes, Bill. Well, not yet, you don't.
Working on it.
Yeah, once I play again, then your surgery will finish. Your surgery is going to take weeks. But it's actually only 3 days to get the genetic... What were they? Hyperreactive pupils? I gave Bill hyperreactive pupils because he's our heavy.
I need to see things to shoot at.
And his aim sucks. So hyperreactive pupils...
I mean, that's true to life.
Hyperreactive pupils is after you miss, you get plus 10 aim for the rest of the fight, for the next shot or something. So and you always freaking miss. So your next shot, your next shot will be good.
It'll miss, and I'll get even more bonus, right? Does it stack?
I don't think it stacks now.
Oh well, then that's not gonna be good.
But anyway. But yeah, that's what's going on over there. On youtube.com/themanapool, I've got videos of the Messenger still going up. That game just keeps getting better and better. I don't understand. And also, I went back to the heroic Blackrock Mountain adventure in Hearthstone. And those videos have started going up on YouTube now as well. The first one went up today. So, yeah. That's a thing that I was doing way back way back. And I'm talking like 2015 way back on YouTube. Yeah, I was playing the Hearthstone Adventures. And I still do all the single-player content when it comes out, but I haven't finished going back and finishing up all the old stuff on super hard mode. And it's awesome. So, yeah. That's the stuff going up on YouTube. Now, you can follow me on Twitter at the Manapool. On there's facebook.com/themanapool. We're a Humble Bundle partner now. So if you ever buy Humble Bundles or buy anything in the store on Humble, then if you use our show link, which will be in like all the show notes of everything forever, then we get a small percentage of whatever you buy, like some sort of, what did you call it, Bill?
Kickback.
A kickback.
There you go.
I don't know. I thought that was what happens with horses.
They do that too.
Ah, okay. So yeah, just
I was
another.
Gonna say, no, that's a kick flip, but that's only if you have an extreme horse who's into skateboarding.
Yeah. I've
And
never
if you
seen
do it wrong, the horse will need a kickstand.
I've. And if you make jokes
We're
like
saying
that
it's
too
pay
often,
for kicker.
if you make jokes like that too often, you get your ass kicked. So
Yeah, there you go.
Possibly by a horse.
probably. But anyway. So look, I'm all over the internet. Something/the Manapool. That's me. There's the Humble Partner link. By all means, it doesn't add anything to your cost or anything. It's just a sponsorship thing. And there's the Patreon, which is the best way to sponsor Manapool Productions, which is the name of the company that does Monday Night Magic and the Manapool and all the YouTube streaming and all of the, not YouTube streaming, YouTube videos, Twitch streaming. Damn it, all the content I make. Damn it, there. Tony Horses Pro Skater. The Infiltrator, I love you. So, if you would like to help sponsor Manapool Productions, the best way to do that is on patreon.com/themanapool, where you can become a lifeguard. Get it? Pool? Lifeguard? It's funny. That horse is amazing, by the way. The uncommon lifeguards get early access to YouTube videos and Manapool episodes. The rare lifeguards get the early access and access to the odds and ends, all the stuff recorded before and after both Monday Night Magic and the show notes that is uncensored and unfiltered.
Totally worth it.
And totally worth it, according to Cluze, at least. And the mythic lifeguards get the early stuff, the odds and ends, and the sponsorship shout-out on the end of both podcasts and on the end screen for all the YouTube videos. So, value. So I would like to thank our mythic lifeguards, Kim Ho, Andrew Hunt, Al.
Bless you.
Damn it, Cluze.
It's catching, man.
Paul David, Lance Delicious, Team You, hello, how are you? Connor Kennedy, John Morris, Jeff Spencer, Stuart Slaw, PJ McMullen, Bosco Brattain, Casey, Fayen Says, Danny Liao, Jason Doan, Cody Buckowing, Jake Jansons, Jason Kaus, Gothic Man, Brian DeLucci, Stark Maximum, Keith Moody, John Parker, Violet Moon, Dan Holm, Bartle, Mike Millerburned, and the Beast Father, Aaron Goodwine. Except for that one sneeze out of nowhere, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, there's a Manapool Discord server that is open for everyone. Apparently this is a thing that wasn't clear. Anyone can click on the invite link and come join the Manapool Discord server. We have lots of different fun conversations going on at any given time, and patrons of the uncommon, rare, and mythic variety get the appropriately colored name in the Discord server, but anyone can hop in. Also, Twitch subscribers get a purple name too. Yeah. So show off your support level or don't. And then come hang out, join in all the conversations. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. So with that, are we done? We should be done.
I think we're done.
Perhaps.
Yeah. So this has been Monday Night Magic number, what's that say? 631.
631.
Yeah, I had to cheat and look at stream. And apparently a youth was jailed. Huh.
You said 2015, so I was reminded.
Ah. So thank you all so very much for listening, and go play some Magic.